Back at the house, and we're getting along good. We got we got most of the form blocks up. Got some stiffener columns in on the side, and there's going to be a large sliding glass there. There's going to be a large sliding glass there, and then there's going to be 3 windows. Let me turn it on. There's going to be 3 windows going up there with the stairs. So they're getting ready to work on the stairs. Here's the alternate master, downstairs master here. Here's the downstairs restroom. And this is the smaller guest room. And hey, it's very nice and cool in here. And this is the patio here. And there's going to be some large, long stairs right here. And then we're getting some stuff done on the roof here. I'll let you guys. They don't have they got the gutter on, and the roof sheet is on. Some of the gutter, I think we had to order one more piece. And here's the boss right here.
Hello. Nabuhat naman sa buwan yung mag-delay mo kung ayaw. Makuha na sa damba. Layo kayo.
Here's the upstairs. See how they put form blocks up there with solid concrete up under the roof. And then this is the loft right here. From here back, and then there's a large patio out there. And then this right here is the entrance to the master. And it goes over to here. And then there's a master bath and the walk-in closet right here. And they're getting ready. They're doing the blocks here on the top floor. Starting to work on them. So now these, I don't even like to call them blocks. You gotta call them quick form. See? You set them up straight and level. You have rebar running through it, and then every third layer you lay a rebar across the top, and then you pour solid concrete inside. So it's a solid concrete pour. It's just like using plywood, only you don't have to remove the form. The concrete binds really good to that. You got the electric running through it. You can put the outlets in it. You can put the switches in it. I expect the last one we finished downstairs, or we didn't quite finish it, but just about, in just a hair over a week. So up here will probably be about the same, a hair over a week. But the thing with this is where you save so much time is you only need one medium rendering coat and a finish coat. You're not filling in all these huge gaps. And if you're using hollow blocks, they actually put the blocks in, and then they will take a grinder and grind out slowly the path of the pipes, of the wires, of everything. They'll use one of these grinders with a diamond cutting blade on it, and then they will lay in the pipes, the wires, and everything, and then they will fill it back up. And with the hollow block, it's not like this. It's very wide. You'll have gaps, you'll have broken, and the hollow blocks most of them are like 150 psi. You can actually break them with your fingers in a lot of times. And here you can lay the wires inside the wall, and the PVC or the UP, whatever this one is, I forgot, because it's different than what we use in America. But you can lay that inside, you can wire it, you can put in the outlets, you can put in the plugs and the switches and everything. And when you're done, you can finish it really quick. Like a house this size with hollow block would probably take well over a month to do all the rendering and finishing. This one, I believe you could do it in half the time, 2-3 weeks, and have it looking sharp. And it's going to be literally 10 times as strong because it's solid concrete. And talking to the engineers and the workers here, and also our experience from building and remodeling here, they break, they crack so quick and easy. And I know what the mix is here. I've watched them pour it, and I'm not worried about them undercutting to save a few bucks because we bought the materials. That's one of the things here. When you let them buy the materials, they're going to get the way here. Everybody wants to, not everybody, the majority of people want to get a house, and they want it not real expensive. They're used to like cutting costs and using cheaper materials. But then the contractors many times will cut costs so they can make a little more profit. And so you need to be aware of it. We have somebody running the crew, and they pay them, and we buy the materials, so they don't have to try to save some money on materials. And I think this is, from our experience, this is definitely the way to do it, you know. We have an engineer. It's hard to find an engineer who will live there all the time and run it, but that's what we have. If you can find a really good foreman, you can do it that way. But you know, there's also things here that they call Pacquiao or contract little things like the roofing. So we had to do that with the roofing, but we're getting a really good roof. They're welding everything like so good. You can see the rebar folded over, double 16 millimeter rebar. And that's on every column, every connection, on all of the bars where they connect with the frame up there on the roof. We don't just have them tack welded, which is what they usually do. We have a angle iron up there cut, and they're fully welding it on. And even the form blocks, when they go up, there's rebar that's coming off of the form blocks over the frame. So it's like quadruply connected. Now, honestly, if a huge typhoon comes, you know, it might reduce damage and keep the roof from totally folding off. We know there's going to be a lot of damage, and but if we can reduce it as much as possible, we're good. But if we know one's coming, we will prepare for it and cover everything with plastic, the furniture and stuff, make sure it's covered good. But also the windows will be covered with plywood, 3/4 inch plywood, and also the plywood will be secured with hurricane clips, so they can easily be put in and nice and secure, and then when the storm's over, we can take them out without damage. And you know, you can just do what you can do to reduce the odds that you're going to get damaged. And this is here with they do have some earthquakes here. They've had a few here on other islands and stuff, and they had one here on this island about 5-6 months ago. I think it was 5 something, and they didn't feel anything here, but like in Bareilles, which is where we've been staying at my wife's mom's place, we felt it pretty bad. But we were outside the house, but there was cracks, but it's hollow block, and it's repaired now. But you know, this one here is over there. It's like mud, which is one of the worst things you can build on, and it was wet then, so there was a lot of jellification. Here, this ground is solid like limestone, and it's based on top. It's called gesso or dolomite. There's a vapor barriers under there, and then we have under the ground there's the columns go down with a base footer, and then we have beams that go between the columns. We have the floor, which is uncovered with the vapor barrier below that, and then we have the first floor columns and beams and the floor, and then we have the roof and the roof columns, beams, and then we also, the walls are poured with solid concrete, and we did a 1-2-2 mix on on the form blocks, which gives it about 3,800 psi, which is very strong for here. And I think with all that, I got 50 years in concrete with some of the biggest companies in America, and did QC, did a lot of things in the plant, did driving, did just about everything, did construction, and this is a good quality build. And I've double checked everything. I've keep in constant contact with the workers. We actually have a security camera right up there that we watch, and you know, this is the way you really have to build. Don't just come here and hire contractors, and unless you really know concrete, know building, you know, don't expect it to be how you want it to be or how you think it will be in your head, a real strong build and everything. It just, you know, and then you hire contractors and let them do everything and don't keep a watch on them. It's just not going to work out good. So now these form blocks are from Monoblock here in Talisay, Cebu. It's a good company and they're growing. We helped them. We put them on Google Maps and reviewed them, and I keep trying to spread the word, and they picked up immensely. They're kind of a new company, but they are getting very busy, and a lot of people are calling them, a lot of foreigners. So hopefully some of the guys from my channel are doing it, and I'd love to hear suggestions, and I hear a lot, you know. I hear a lot of suggestions, and they're always pretty good suggestions, you know, and I appreciate it. And everything's going good though. We're pretty happy, and the price is what we consider to be extremely good. I'll tell you, we bought this property, 2,160 square meters, overlooking, yeah, let me show you one more time, because you got a good view today. You got Mobile right here. You can see the ocean, you can see Negros, and on the other side,
Papa, be careful, ha?
I will. That's one reason we fell in love with this place, was because of the view. There's nothing like sitting out on the patio and having your coffee, or just having some friends over and enjoying the view, and or sunset, you know. Now there's Mobile right there. That's where the white sand beach is and everything. And you can see out in the front, there's Badian Island. There's so many things to see. Of course, we got all this framework and everything up here. So, over here is the mountains. Gorgeous, man. They just, and see the land here. This first fence right here is, this is our upper yard here, and then down below there is another half of the land down there, and there's 29 coconut trees. We've got, you know, fruit trees down there, chocolate trees. Got some coffee trees, but they haven't been doing too good here. But avocado trees. Avocados here, you know, in America, we're used to paying a lot for avocados. Here it's like 80 cents a pound, you know, 120, 130 to 150 a kilo, which is 2.2 pounds. So, you know, you get avocados very cheap here. We got